touch hole, make sure there is no debris down inside the touch hole. That's where the fuse will eventually go.
Stop vent!
Stop vent. He's covering the vent hole with his thumb to make sure no stray spark goes in there before it's time.
Worm the cannon!
The tool she's using is a worm. It's got a twisted piece of steel spring on the end. That would be used to clean out the barrel. If you're firing these multiple times in a row as you would in a battle, you would have debris from the previous firing, the bag from the gunpowder and various things that you want to clean out of there before you fire again.
Wet sponge?
Wet sponge. This would be a tool which has a sheepskin wrapped around the outside, dipped in water, and that would be to make sure there were no hot embers still inside the cannon before you loaded the next round of gunpowder.
Dry sponge?
Dry sponge, same thing, but this one, the sponge would be dry to dry out the inside of the barrel. So the barrel is all now clean and safe to put in your charge.
Bring the charge?
The powder monkey, who is usually a young boy, would come forward with the gunpowder charge. As I mentioned, they used 10 pounds of gunpowder. Think about this. We're going to use about 18 ounces of gunpowder. When you hear this boom, it's just a fraction of the gunpowder that would have been used when these guns were really fired.
Load the ball?
Load the ball. We're not really doing this, folks. The cannonball would go in next, so that's on top of the gunpowder. We don't actually fire anything out of here. The package of gunpowder that we make up is in a plastic bag wrapped in aluminum foil, and that is disintegrated instantly when the charge goes off, so that there's nothing flying out of the front of this gun except smoke and flames.
Ram the charge?
Ram the charge. Now the gunner in the front uses the ramrod to push all of that stuff back so that the gunpowder is sitting right underneath the touch hole.
Pick the charge?
Pick the charge. The man on the back of the gun now is punching open the gunpowder charge in the touch hole. He's using a brass pick so that it doesn't accidentally create any sparks.
Prime?
Prime. He's putting the quill inside. Back in the original firing of these guns, that quill would have been a hollow bird's feather filled with very fine gunpowder. We're using a plastic quill from a bird that came from Dunkin' Donuts. Quill's in there.
Cannon's ready to fire.
He's going to bring forward the match, which is a glowing, burning rope on a stick. The match was cotton rope soaked in saltpeter and dried, so when they light the end of that, it glows red hot, and it doesn't blow out in the wind or in the rain, so that match is always ready to go.
Stand by. One more. Count. Ready to fire, number one. Fire!